All right, we are live. Welcome to a night weather today. That was yeah. Last time we did all. I don't know. We're getting there. We're probably a few more things I want to do to this before I feel I'm done. Especially just coloring the coming up with something. Yeah. With that, we're not actually doing that today. Um, as you can see by the title, though, we are going to be looking at this again. That's going to be really the highlight. We're just going to kind of casually go back over this and just kind of talk about the fullness of some of the stuff and stuff that I found and the stuff that they have obviously still added and stuff like that. Like they're clearly showing a lot more now, and this got more than us. Went through all of it, but we're gonna be skimming a lot, so don't expect this to be a full rundown or anything. It's just like I said, a run through, a retrospective, as per the title. So yeah, we're just gonna go over this again. Not all of it, obviously. Just yeah, we're just gonna talk about it and just But obviously, before that, gotta talk about the builds. So yeah, last time I think we ended this guy. No, this guy. And a couple others. I'm really. Um, you like this though. Um, Blue Gothic spawn. It does. It does kind of feel very prison. I've ever seen. um, which is interesting. Like it's like almost got like a palace vibe over here. Part definitely kind of competitiveness and stuff. Courtyard, prisony, ish. Got a lot more shape than I thought it did from the side there. I'm glad we got to see. Um, nice airplane. They even got little banners for the there. That's pretty good scaling. Obviously not player scale, but it is good scaling for that reason that you can. All right, I definitely need. Wow. Oh, that is just and the face. I mean, I feel like they used like pixel art to kind of get that because that or they did that. Really want to see how they did the X in the middle of the eyeballs there. That a small little on this. Wow, I like that they showed what version they're in and stuff too. Um, awesome. This definitely deserves one of these. Oh, we got more pictures. Okay. So they definitely used. I'm gonna assume that they used this sprite craft to at least that. And if they did do this all by hand, that is. I mean, actually, I don't know. I mean, if the like angle is actually the same with the neck. Honestly, that's impressive regardless. After not. Um. Okay. Couple more. What is this? Oh God, nope. Don't need that. Nope. Okay. Oh hey, that looks familiar. Looks exactly like some kind of. Uh. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's like that in one of the scorpion thing that like goes around pillars and stuff. Not a scorpion, um yeah, that one's cool though. That one's very Minecrafty. Weird that they chose the warden colors. Definitely something you find down deep to kill you. All right, that's enough of that. Let's get to the retrospective. So, probably won't be too long of a stream. We're gonna be skimming a lot, and I'm just gonna kind of throwing out things that I think about the doc, and yeah. Anyway, I mean, the first thing I want to say before I even get into like going down, this is one of the best and most useful documents that I have ever come across, just randomly, you know, and they did really good. I think Zeranny and Eztak, they deserve a massive round of applause, and I am so grateful that they continuously are helpful both in these streams and all of that as well. But yeah, they have done a service to us in the Minecraft community, and if you haven't thanked them, please go out and find them on Twitter, follow them. They are continuously producing so much awesome things, and I hope that they continue to do that because it's amazing, and it is totally acceptable that they keep some of the stuff to themselves. By the way, they do not need to share every single little thing. It is just amazing the fact that they shared this much in the first place, and didn't try to keep it to themselves. They are genuinely. This is what I aspire the whole community to be like. All right, it is not about safeguarding. And for the most part, it is not about safeguarding and just being like, oh, I know this thing. I'm gonna make sure no one else can know this thing so that I can use it in the best ways that I know how, and no one else can ever do it. That's not how you get better. And this is it. This is proof of that, because this just shows how much stuff you can actually do in this game and what an actual tool it is. It is more than just a game at this point. It is literally a graphing calculator. Like, the stuff you can do in this, you can do faster in Minecraft than you could do in a graphing calculator, because you have a whole ass computer that's processing, or a whole server sometimes that is processing this information. And that is in itself, Minecraft alone, Minecraft out of the equation, sorry, that is just amazing. Yeah, oh my god. So if it doesn't feel like I have praised them enough, I promise you I probably will keep praising them even more. So I'm just kidding. Thank you very much, Eztak and Zeranny, for this amazing document. I know they both probably contributed an equal amount to this at this point. I know I think Zeranny, yeah, was the original author of it. He started creating it. He shared it with me, and then Eztak came along and started just really, I mean, both giving it more like format and stuff, but also just giving it better commands and stuff too, and better everything. It's just they are a solid team. I'll give them that. All right, that's all I mean by that. And I'm glad they collabed. Anyway, I'll stop praising them now, but they deserve an infinite amount regardless. So let's get to just kind of going over this. So I want to start with some of the more useful stuff that at least I can see. And some of this stuff is going to be obviously useful for you in different ways, because you might see a different way that you can use it, because I don't know everything, but I'm just going to tell you what I think is useful. And we'll go from there. So when it comes to this stuff, this is mostly about, placing blocks in a specific position in your selection. And this starts to get useful when it's not just cube things and you can put patterns and stuff in it, and you start putting patterns and stuff in it. And then you can sort of shift the pattern up, and that kind of becomes more useful. That makes sense. So like when you're making a terrain or something, and you just want the pattern to be like, in the top half of the terrain, very useful to just plug in this chunk so that it's on the top half of your selection, yeah. So some of that I think this stuff in its infancy as it is, it's not super super useful, but I can see there's probably a few things you could do it. I'm not really sure exactly, honestly, but again, these are things that are meant to be plugged into other things. That's the point of this beginner stuff, the beginner pages. And yeah, it's just meant to show you the ropes. And yeah, this, by the way, I praise this immensely because this visualization is perfect, and these are amazing visualizations. I don't know who made these or where you got these from, but good stuff. Well done, top notch. Really really well conveyed what exactly they mean by X going out, the Y going out, and the Z going out, then all the above, or just yeah. Anyway, so yeah, very, very good explanations. And then there's even just this. I'm assuming I would actually, okay, my biggest, I guess, request is if you did get some of this stuff from places, it would be cool to see a references sort of thing at the bottom. That would make this just like an academic academic paper. Because there is like the key, obviously. But I don't think there's any references where some of this stuff came from. Because obviously, I assume you didn't just pull this out of your ass. But again, obviously, most of this stuff, like obviously you did, and that's totally fine. I'm not. Yeah, just would be interesting to see if there are any. I'm assuming there aren't that many because most of the stuff you probably actually came up with on your own, and yeah, wrote on your own, 99% of it. Yeah, I'm curious if they do have any stuff like that like that this kind of graph thing here. That seems like one of the few things that would be from a different place. Obviously, all the screenshots from them. Yeah, this thing feels like it came from someone else, but also not. Maybe yeah, I don't know. Maybe they just made everything. Maybe they literally did everything from scratch. I do not know, actually. I'm curious now. Maybe one of them's already. Anyway, so moving on. This is where stuff starts to become a lot more useful. The replace texture commands for wool. Some of the most mind-blowing stuff that I came across in this doc that just kind of clicked something in me, or I was like, yeah, I can use that. That's gonna be so useful. And then you combine it with some of these cool textures like this. Ooh, it's some beautiful beautiful stuff. I mean, obviously, one of the things that I did, I literally did the mountains with this exact same technique right here. Wool before, and then we used this here to place that. Yeah. So very useful stuff. Very very useful stuff. As I always say, I feel like every time I do something on this doc, I'm just like, oh my god, it's so useful. But it's I can't not say it. It is. It's very very useful. I mean, just look at this screenshot right here. Boom to boom. Bam. Instant terrain. Perfect, beautiful terrain. Just amazing. And I am wondering if I'm pretty sure you can use expressions to texture stuff in World Painter. Let me see. It might be World Machine that you have to use, but either way. Uh. I don't know. There might be a way. I'm not sure. I feel like I saw it the other day, and I might just be tripping. But if you can, that opens a whole can of worms. Just yeah, on top of just Minecraft. And that would actually allow for much bigger terrains, which is actually something that again I do. I mean, it is just part of the retrospective. When it comes to these commands, some of them can be very, very demanding, and it's not really ideal to use on massive, massive builds. Like if you have a build over 500 by 500, even, I would say probably not worth it to use some of the texturing commands because it's gonna take literally like 10 to 20 minutes sometimes for the commands to execute. And if you didn't do it right, just gotta undo it and try it again. Wait another 10 to 20 minutes. It's not a good thing, obviously. But you know, Zeranny and Aztec have continuously been like, just test it on smaller stuff so you know it's gonna work. But even if you do test it and know it's gonna work, it's still going to take that like 10 to 20 minutes just to do the one thing, and then you have to do the 10 to 20 minutes to do the next part. You got to make sure that works on a check, right? So, and the bigger the thing is, the more time, you know. So yeah, there's just a time thing. Obviously, you can't do this stuff unless you got like the most powerful server in the world, which maybe some of you do. Process math in an instant. But yeah, regardless, yeah, I mean, some of this shows obviously some terrain generation, and I will say, this versus the Arceon stuff, the Terrigen stuff, this probably has more control, but obviously it is more complicated. So like you can probably influence, well, not even probably, you can definitely influence a lot more detailed things and minute little details of the terrain with this than you ever could, because you could technically add more stuff to it as well to give it more influence and more give it more than just a Perlin. You could also give it a Voronoi and all the other noise things as well, just kind of combined together. Unlike Terrigen, where you can only do one at a time, essentially. But technically, I mean, you would be overlapping them anyway. Yeah. So, just something to keep in mind. This is more complicated, but you can definitely do more detailed things. And that's generally how the hands in this doc go. There are some other ways to do some of these things. Not all of the things. I will say some, because not all. Like, I would say 80% of this, you probably figure out a kind of a way to do it, other commands and stuff, but sometimes this is easier anyway, so it's not really worth doing that anyway. Yeah, another cool terrain generation. I'm curious what would be the equivalent. Got Voronoi for the middle one, yeah. I'm curious if we could do that one in Terrigen or not. Because I know I can do something like this one in Terrigen pretty easily. And then this one too. I don't think I've ever done one quite this big of chunks. Like, I've definitely done one kind of like this in Terrigen, but they didn't have quite as big of areas of chunks. Though I'm sure there is probably a way to do it. Yeah, this is essentially what Terrigen is doing. Whenever you put in the pattern, it's going to just take that and do all of this stuff for you. Yeah. You don't even have to think about the math. That's why we pay him the big bucks to make those. Though I will say this does open a big door as well, because now we have things like this that Arceon needs to put in there and make easy to use, because this is insane stuff. Or you know, the color replace one, not the color, but Yeah, texture replace. That could be a better word for it. Yeah, like replacing wool with a line of textures you've pre set down and coordinates. That's what I want to see in Arceon next. That would be dope. Make that easy. And you've won me entirely. Because yeah, I mean he's done a lot. He's done a lot in Arceon. But some of the stuff in this doc still more powerful than Arceon, and that is one of them for sure. Yeah, I do really like this. This is fun. Edge lines of the Voronoi. We're just getting into more texturing things, more about how you get lumpity lumps. This is actually really fun because you can do sort of more floating terrain stuff. I really like that, and you can really get into it, and you can shape it and probably make it really unique. Actually, just like we did our oval. I essentially made like a picture frame. Actually, find it. This one. Yeah, I essentially made like a nice little picture frame, and I could easily just replace, the andesite with something instead of that to make it look more natural. But I do like the andesite; it kind of fits the vibe. But yeah, lot of potential with these commands, and that's from this same command, just modifying it to look like this and be skinny and stuff. Good actually. Anyway, yeah, that back up. I mean, as you can see, it progressively obviously gets more complicated and more complicated as you go. But the more complicated you get, the more you could understand how to influence that complication to do exactly what you need it to do. And there are basically an infinite amount of things that you could do with this stuff. Yeah. And sometimes errors are in your favor. Bank error in your favor. That's essentially what this one is. Get what episode? Aztec explained why that is essentially due to an error. Not really supposed to happen when you do that, but it does in Minecraft. Like that. Yeah. So this is where I would assume, I would say that the putting specific shapes in the selection actually start to come in handy is when you can start to do really specific stuff like order your selection, um, make cylinders and stuff, and you can start to influence those. They're special than just what you rolled at it. Obviously, you can make donuts. We've done that. You can make hourglasses, cones, waves. I love the waves. The waves are really fun. Sine and cosine and tangents to use just like you would in a graphing calculator. Again, it is essentially a graphing calculator. Minecraft in general, just amazing. And yeah, so this is where you can start to get, more fancy stuff with cylinders that you can't normally do with just default world edit. Without, obviously. I will say some of this, again, could kind of do with the whatever you call it. Well, convex selection and then, spike or curve. So if you spike something or curve something with a certain radius, you can kind of get this shape and this shape pretty easily. This one though is a little bit harder to get because you can't really skinify your curve on one rotation or one axis, I guess. So on this one, they're essentially flattening it on the y-axis. I'm pretty sure is just what part does. Maybe not. No. Is Nine permanent. Okay, yeah. There's a rotate and then another rotate on this one to make it go sort of 45. Then okay, then this one, yeah, okay. So it still is, yeah. This is part of the curve. Then size of it. This is maths. Okay, yeah, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can do. Be a perfect spiral and stuff. It's a really nice, easy way to make some perfect staircases. Doing it on a smaller scale. Crazy interesting stuff. To understand more stuff. Yeah. And then we're getting into this kind of craziness, which is even more so. Actually, I would really want them to put the one that we were discussed. I also forget which episode that was. I think it was episode 11 that we did the putting colors in between. So like basically using the lines and then creating a basically with the Voronoi, you know, like the rectangle edged shapes. And by we I mainly mean Zeranny and Aztec, figured out how to do so the only pasting the edges of the Voronoi and then also doing sort of a different color in each shape. There we go. Yeah, so this and then turning it into this here. Yeah, as you can see, I mean, you got like a gray in that chunk, you got cyan there, yellow there, green in this, as much as it could do. Still misses some, but like for just literally a snap of a finger command, I'll take that. That's super useful. And then if you can do that with sort of circular patterns and stuff, would be even crazier. Faster Voronoi edge. Okay. I think that one probably leaves some like gaps and stuff though, compared to the other. The rest of it actually looks pretty good. I don't know. Thought process to get there. Do the math wrong, but you get their answer right, you know? Oh, definitely not that. Literally just a different problem is. Rotating around stuff, and then this one, yeah, we also did that. The world. Did I set a home to that? Done that. Well, it's probably over here somewhere. Yeah, we finally, yeah, there it is. Finally figured out how to do this one in one of the last streams, and then we rotated it up and stuff, but yeah. Curved the world. I wanted to do it on a full cylinder, but I didn't make the cylinder small enough, and I think this one's probably the right size. I haven't done that yet. And no, I'm not going to be doing that today. Yeah, then you got the chunky ones. All of this stuff, which is just a repeat, I'm pretty sure, of the stuff above. And then you got the key. Yeah. So, yeah, I would honestly, if this is for some reason the first time you're getting into the stock, I would say look at the key first, sort of just get yourself familiar with some of the symbols and what they all mean. Some of the stuff down here they don't really use in the dock as much, but it's still worth knowing that they exist so that you can use them later once you back up and kind of get it done, you know? And if you want, I have, what is it now? What is it, 13 episodes of this whole series for you to go back and hopefully help you understand how to actually enter the commands. And Zeranny and S-Tac were there for most of the episodes and helping out anyway. So yeah, again, a huge thank you to them for doing that and showing up basically week after week, my boring ass streams, to help me with hopefully helping you all to stuff better and make better builds faster, because yeah, why not? You can make the same thing faster, do it anyway. Do it, because that's just gonna make your life feel easier, and you feel better about the work you made anyway, because you're just like, I know I did that, and I know I did it efficiently. You know? That's always a good feeling, honestly. Especially when the command just works. Whew, I love that. That is so fun. But yeah, like I said, this is definitely gonna be a shorter stream today. I think. Oh, I'm just trying to think what else I want to do here. Some of this stuff, like this is super useful. Pattern right here. Yeah. I guess that's where we'll end that. I guess I can. Almost forgot about this. Hopefully, maybe finish this thing up. Well, maybe not finish, but we'll go more here. So if you didn't know, this is what I've basically been doing, kind of after some of the going over the document and stuff on Saturdays. And this is my ranking so far. Yeah, really good stuff. And I'm still pretty excited to see Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Hopefully it's good. Who knows? Maybe it'll just be garbage like some of the like Eternals and stuff, you know? You never know. Yeah, honestly, I'm almost hesitant to put Eternals lower than I did. So, Thor Love and Thunder is definitely better than Thor the Dark World, at least for me. I fall asleep during. I did not fall asleep during that. Right? And I am at least willing to watch this one again. This one probably better than Black Widow. Probably better than some of this. I think it probably deserves like the bottom of B here. For me anyway. I didn't think it was that bad, like compared to some of the other stuff. It's honestly probably better than Multiverse of Madness even. But I don't think it was better than Far From Home. Far From Home is actually pretty good. We might need to move that one up. We'll put Far From Home with the other Spider-Man for now. The Multiverse of Madness? No. That one is okay. Honda Forever. Honestly, still probably be not really super rewatchable, like pretty much the rest of these, but it is kind of rewatchable. I wouldn't pass it up. I'll watch it if there's nothing. WandaVision, the show. Honestly, I didn't hate that. Again, I would rewatch this. This is one of the few Marvel shows that I would actually rewatch. I think it probably deserves to go right around where Wakanda Forever is. That's probably on par with that, and the rest of those there. I think the original Thor maybe needs to go up, because I probably rewatched this a lot more than some of the stuff on here. I think that could go with Shang-Chi. Yeah, that's probably even maybe above it in terms of rewatchability. Got New Mexico in it. Loki. Opposite. That one not as rewatchable for me. Is somewhat rewatchable, but I'll think about it. Marvel What If. And I really wish they'd done more with this. Again, I think I'll just kind of put that right with Loki for now. Crazy. It is rewatchable, but not super rewatchable. again, it kind of goes with that whole, I'll do it if there's nothing else, but probably better stuff. Um, Hawkeye. I think it's probably worse. Did not do that. Moon Knight, same. Actually, no. You know what? I'll give Moon Knight. I'll give Moon Knight C because honestly, that one's more rewatchable. Personally, uh, not quite as better than those, but at least it's got the like Egyptian hippo and stuff. That's gods. I did like that part. Um, yeah, they really should have done more with that. They really dropped the ball on that one. Not rewatchable at all. Not fun. Um, yeah, and stuff are just obviously compared to what she can actually do in the comics and stuff. And essentially, just like the Green Lantern thing, then be more imaginative. I don't know. Like I don't know. Just it needed something more. She Hulk, same. Dropped the ball. Not of annoying, honestly. Fun to watch. Just oh, that got it. um, and yeah, I think while I mean, I'm sure there are definitely women that experience things like that. Could have at least done some effort to show us how she experiences some of that stuff that she says she experiences in her life. The stuff that she, you know, says she's infinitely more full of her anger because of. All right, now we're getting into the less continuity movies, so not really in the actual Marvel universe, more just because of multiverse they exist now kind of thing, I guess. Um and I think we'll leave that for later. Oh wait, Ant-Man and the Quantum Mania is definitely not supposed to be there. That is definitely part of that. I have oh, I do think this one's probably a little more rewatchable than shows here. I'll put it honestly probably above Thor, not above Iron Man 3. Let me just kind of skim through and make sure there's not any others that are like actually in the canon. There we go. That's the word. Oh, this one's definitely actually in the random. Actually, this one's not bad, but I won't rewatch it that much. It's artsy. I'll give them that. They did a good job. They made it unique. That in that alone, it deserves to be in the unique. But I don't think it's gonna go up in A. I do think I'm gonna put. I think they deserve to be there. I will definitely, and I have definitely rewatched both of those many a times. And all of these in A and S, I have rewatched S tier movies the most for sure. Especially the top ones. That there's no doubt I have rewatched these movies too many times. Yeah, good stuff. They are good stuff. Yeah, I think we'll end that up there today. With that, I hope you have enjoyed this somewhat of a retrospective and then a Marvel movie ranting. Our Marvel movie ranking. Anyway, with that, I am. You know how the buttons work down there by now, so do click them as you please. Thank you all for watching. Look forward to next week where we do get into new stuff. No more noise function stuff, but we will still be using the documents, just not going over it anymore. This is definitely the last time I will be talking about this the formal way, I guess. But yeah, I expect this doc to be showing up a lot more in my streams in the future because I will certainly be using them for my work and my streams. Just all of the above. Actually, before I end, I do wanna show off the thing behind me real quick. So, let me. Get part out of here. Okay. So, cosmic desert art. Focus, please. Face and focus on the thing. On camera. Using. Focus on face. Whatever. There you go. That is who made this. Fantastic. Fantastic art. I'm definitely keeping the plastic on there. But yeah, it's essentially just like what if Howl's Moving Castle was in New Mexico, the Midwest, you know? It's amazing. It is everything that you could imagine it should be. And yeah, gonna be there. Probably gonna actually hang it up, but yeah, it's gonna be there for a while. I'll probably find an actual better space. But yeah. Anyway, with that, now, thank you all for watching. I'm sure you know how the buttons work down there by now. So, as you please, go out.